In a world where natural disasters can strike unexpectedly, leaving destruction in their wake, one man's extraordinary journey of selflessness and bravery unfolded amidst a catastrophic event. Watch until the end to discover the incredible twist that transformed his life and touched the hearts of many. In August 2012, something terrible happened in the Philippines that would always be remembered as the typhoon tragedy. It was a sunny day in a coastal town just like any other. The sun was shining, and people were going about their daily lives, not suspecting what was about to occur. Mario was a fisherman who had spent his entire life dealing with storms and bad weather, but this day was unlike any other. He woke up to the sound of people screaming outside. When he peered out of his window, he was faced with a horrifying sight. Half of his house was underwater, and the waves were rising quickly, destroying everything he had worked hard for. The water had even blocked his door, trapping him inside. Realizing he was on the second floor, he opened the window to see the streets below turning into a battleground as the floodwaters raged. The once calm water had turned into a relentless force, causing chaos and destruction as it inundated the town. People were struggling to survive, pushed and pulled by the powerful current. It was clear that this was no ordinary storm. It was an unprecedented disaster. For the first time, Mario made the decision to jump into the turbulent water. The streets had descended into madness, and it seemed like every person was looking out for themselves. Amidst the chaos, he swam towards the desperate cries for help, particularly from a young girl who appeared to be the only one willing to lend a hand in the midst of the maelstrom. Approaching her, the girl sobbed, "My foot is stuck in the window." Without hesitation, Mario freed her leg from the debris and carried her to higher ground. It was a grueling journey, filled with danger and uncertainty, but Mario's determination and bravery saw them through, even though it came at a cost. Overwhelmed with gratitude, the girl whispered, "You saved my life. My name is Amy. Nobody else wanted to help me." With tears in his eyes, Mario replied, "I'm Mario. I'm just glad you're okay. That's what matters." In the midst of the chaos caused by an unpredictable disaster, a powerful bond formed between Mario and Amy. Two individuals from different walks of life were brought together by a selfless act of heroism in the face of nature's fury. Amidst the raging floodwaters, Mario and Amy found themselves perched on a small hill. They waited for help, but as days turned into weeks, they remained unnoticed by the rescue teams who were busy in other parts of the disaster-stricken town. Mario, while grateful for their safety, couldn't shake off the worry that came with their isolation. The rescue efforts were focused on more accessible areas, leaving him with a heavy heart and a sense of abandonment. Returning to his ruined home, he discovered that everything he had cherished was washed away. Grief overwhelmed him, but he couldn't sit idly by. The beach, once a source of livelihood and solace, called to him despite its inherent danger. His beloved fishing boat, which had been his trusted companion, was lost to the merciless current. Mario stood alone, feeling disconnected from his homeland and its people, a painful reminder of the tragedy that had befallen them. Surviving on coconuts and fruits he foraged, Mario spent nights on the beach. Days turned into weeks, and he clung to the hope that someone would come to their rescue, and that his homeland would recover. But as the days passed, rescue remained elusive. The world he once knew lay in ruins, and he began to lose hope. The disaster had brought out both the worst and the best in people. And as he watched the horizon every day, he realized that while tragedy had taken much, it had also unearthed incredible acts of kindness and heroism. Amidst his despair, an unexpected sound reached his ears, a helicopter approaching the desolate beach. Mario's heart soared as the aircraft touched down. Amy emerged, her father and a rescue team, reaffirming the remarkable bond they had formed. Mario's selfless act had not gone unnoticed. Amy's presence was a glimmer of hope in his isolation, a testament to the power of human connection in the face of disaster. The events of that day proved that even amidst tragedy, selflessness and bravery could forge bonds and lead to unexpected triumphs. In the middle of the broken town, a helicopter was coming with Amy, her dad, and some helpers. Amy ran to Mario, feeling really glad to see him. She talked for her dad and said how much they appreciated Mario's brave help. The helpers, who knew about the strong friendship that had formed during those tough days, let Mario come on the helicopter with them. When they flew above the town, Mario saw how much damage there was below. His house and his way of making a living were gone, just memories now. When they landed in a nearby village, Amy shared her story with Mario. She was on a vacation from Abu Dhabi, visiting the Philippines with a friend. But a big disaster happened, and her friend got carried away by the rising water. Amy felt all alone in the chaos. Amy's dad, who was the boss of a successful oil company, offered Mario a job in his company because he saw how brave and good-hearted Mario was. Mario was thankful for the offer, but he really loved his home by the sea and his people. He told them how important it was to him. Amy understood Mario's love for his home, and she admired his decision. As the helicopter flew away, Mario stayed on the beach, thinking about all the things that had happened and the special bond they had made during the disaster. A last surprise from Amy's dad. He gave Mario a beautiful watch as a gift, but he also sent several fishing boats to Mario's village so he and his friends could get back to fish as soon as possible and in the best conditions. It reminded him of the strong connection they had formed, a symbol of being kind and strong. Mario continued to rebuild his home, showing the power of coming together and staying hopeful even when terrible things happened. This story shows how important it is to connect with others, even when you don't speak the same language or come from the same place. Mario's choice to stay true to his home shows how powerful it is to be part of a community and how people can stay strong, even when faced with really bad things. In the middle of the disaster, there was a little bit of hope. People heard about Mario's brave actions, and it made them want to come together and start over. Mario used his knowledge as a fisherman to help with the recovery. Over time, Mario's hometown got better, and the watch on his wrist reminded him of the big changes in his life. It showed how helping others and making a difference in your community, even when bad things happen, is very important. This is the story of Mario, a man who faced tough times with bravery, saved lives, and encouraged a whole community to rebuild. It shows that the best rewards often come to those who decide to help others, even when things are really hard. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and this other story that may be appearing on the screen will most likely move you as well. Have a nice day and see you in the next video.